We saw Ivanisevic last night against Martin play one. As he ran back for a lob, he turned and played it between his legs for a net cord winner.
And the next time he tried it, he hit his leg harder than the ball. Just signs that Moya might be getting it together, but it's leaving it a bit late.
This is a good point from Chang, but to me, that's the Chang of old. I reckon he had a couple of opportunities throughout that rally where earlier on in the match he'd been much more forceful. As it turned out, it was Moya in the end getting to the net, and that's the Chang that we know, making great passes. But I wonder if that'll hurt him if he just retreats back into his shell and changes a winning game. Well, I think that Chang was almost hoping that ball was going to drift out, and in the end, when it dropped in, he wasn't quite prepared to play the shot he tried.
Could be that Chang is not fully match fit. He's only won one title this year, Boston, 3 runner-up successes, but by his standards, not a lot.
Moya looks a bit aggrieved here. He felt that was out. I don't know, from where we're sitting, I agree with him, although that's certainly not definitive. Looked a little wide to me. Moya hitting very short again.
Advantage, Chang.
Chang gobbling it up. Another point for 4-3.
One thing that Moya did in that rally, he skipped around his backhand to hit a forehand, which meant he was pushed well wide in the court, and from that point on he really had to move. And he just looks a lot better to me when he's in motion, as opposed to when he's Tends to get a bit flat-footed sometimes midway through the rally, and then the short balls start to come.
Well, if you're not moving well, you're not playing well in this game, and Moya is not moving as well as he normally does. Pretty heavy-footed then, going for that shot. Well, he guessed right, Chang, but he couldn't control it. Well, as Jerry would say, this is the heart of the match, this particular game, I think. It's been a long, long game.
Advantage, Chang. Juice.
Yep, even Chang won't get that.
Advantage, Moya. Thank you.
Now then, can he convert this break point?
Juice.
Good first serve there from Chang, but at only 104 miles an hour, you would expect a player of Moya's calibre to make the return. We've seen it on quite a few break points tonight. Even on 1 second serve, he didn't make the return on break point.
That's a good shot.
We saw the other day where at one stage of the match, Ruzetsky against Ullarak, Greg was 1 for 16 on break points. Moya tonight is 2 for 9. This is his 10th opportunity. Great off forehand there. He really wants to improve on that. He's got to knuckle down on the big points. Kick the ball over, whatever it takes, get it back. That's where Michael Chang, he's so tough. You could just tell in that rally, he had said to himself, I will not miss. Very strong upstairs. Nothing phases him. Never panics. You've got to go and beat Michael Chang. Can't ever recall him beating himself.
Advantage, chang.
You must have played him in your career over the years.
Played him quite a few times, didn't like to play him. I was essentially a serve and volleyer. He ate my serve up, and then I was forced to play from the back with him, and that's always a tough proposition. So I think Michael always enjoyed seeing me opposite him in the draw.
Deuce.
It's going to have a big morale factor, whoever wins this game.
What a seesawing game. Moya looks a little better on that forehand side when he attacks the ball and tries to cut off the angle, particularly when it's out to the forehand.
Thank you.
Yet again, break point.
Deuce.
Well, each time Moya's had break point, been a good first serve coming out of Chang. Well played, Moya.
This is not baseball, mate. You've got to give it back. But that was a good point. Good athleticism there. I thought Moya was gone. I thought this lob was too good. Just got a bit of it. Chang will be disappointed with that forehand. He could have done a bit more with that. And in the end, Moya just making sure of it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ooh, very close to tipping the net with his racket there. Would have resulted in him losing the point.
Deuce.
Well, maybe it's just not his night. Good return. He got the reply he wanted and drilled it. Just caught the tape. Chang was heading the right direction. I don't know if he would have been able to control it, though.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good anticipation there.
Advantage, chang.
Well, I'd say Chang's getting quite excited here. Perhaps overexcited.
Thank you.
This is a good point from Chang, but We saw Ivanisevic last night against Martin play one. As he ran back for a lob, he turned and played it between his legs for a net cord winner. Well, I think that Chang was almost hoping that ball was going to drift out, and in the end, when it dropped in, he wasn't quite prepared to play the shot he tried.
Next time he tried it, he hit his leg harder than the ball. Just signs that Moya might be getting it together, but it's leaving it a bit late.
To me, that's the Chang of old. I reckon he had a couple of opportunities throughout that rally where earlier on in the match he'd been much more forceful. As it turned out, it was Moya in the end getting to the net, and that's the Chang that we know, making great passes. But I wonder if that'll hurt him if he just retreats back into his shell and changes a winning game.